Hello everybody, how you doing? Okay, here we are, live. So, sorry I got home from work and got caught up with some things. I expected to go at 6:30, oh well, sorry. But before I get into the subject matter of what I was going to talk about today, I just wanted to say that I have a premiere coming up in about 25 minutes. Yep, about 25 minutes of premiere. So I'm going to talk about this subject here after talking about it with Travis. Travis and I may take a little bit of a deeper look into it, but first we're going to do the motion for appeal. We're going to do our video about that first. So we may take a little bit of a look at it. But I did find out a few things talking to him that I think are important that I should convey to everybody, for everybody to consider. So, but before I get to that, the premiere is going to be in about, like I said, 25 minutes. And it's going to be my chat with David Starr, who is the producer for the $50 Million Bullet, which is going to be the docudrama that is going to tell the story of Michael Funk, Eagle Nation Cycles, and what happened there. So they're going to be, researching it. They're going to be making this movie over the next year. It's set to they have a tentative, as you'll hear in the video, tentative release date of early December in 2020. So early December 2020. That's basically about 14 months. So they're going to be working on this. It's going to be interesting. So be sure to tune in for that. I think we all need to pay attention to that as well, because we need to understand how the wheels turn. The way that things kind of get done in these rural areas of Wisconsin, and that sort of stuff. So I think it's important. I think this case also brings light to that. So. Hi, Rhonda. Well, I just started, but you should have gotten a 30-minute, in 30 minutes, thing, but too bad they didn't get that. But hey, I just started. So, all right. So what we're here to talk about today is the recent stuff on Twitter, where Ken Kratz had shown some footage, and some images of a room where Stephen Avery is sitting with Jerome Buting, and it's clearly a lawyer and a client talking, and so there was these images of it, which obviously goes like, whoa, what about attorney-client privilege? Makes you think a lot of things, right? Makes you immediately think a lot of things. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Hi, Crazy Life. Hey, Gloria. Hi, Heather. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Linda. Hi, Tommy. How's it going, everybody? So it's instantly like, oh wow, whoa, uh-oh, that doesn't seem right? Well, it is odd, it is strange, and then when you find out that Stephen actually filed a pro se appeal about this, and some judges actually took it seriously and actually assigned some 2 lawyers and an investigator. Just started, Jamie. Hi, Jamie. What's up? Hi, Rhonda Nauman. Hey, Linus. So it's when I was talking to Travis, and I was saying, well, hey, look, I was actually worried about a procedural bar, because they talked about that he might be procedurally barred because he didn't bring it in his original direct appeal, and therefore he's procedurally barred. And I was thinking, well, since some judges got together and assigned an doesn't that kind of nullify the procedural bar? Because anyways, as I was talking to Travis, he explained a few things to me and said, well, honestly, it's not uncommon for them to have video of that room. He said where this would all turn, the point this would all turn on is there audio? If there's audio, it's a oh crap moment for the state. If it can be proved that they have audio. Travis said, though, that it's not it's pretty common for there to be at least just a camera. But like he said that will usually be fine, and it goes along the lines of this, right? they allow camera footage so that they can monitor a room, number one, to see if like a suspect goes crazy and kills his lawyers or something, right? So that they're able to monitor the room to prevent crazy things like that from happening, right? But if you also think about it, anything that they would be showing, any kind of document or piece of evidence, that would all need to be part of discovery anyway. So there's really no harm done, basically, in the way that the courts would look at it. And I can see a certain logic to that. Are we still live? Okay, looks like we are. Wow. Whoa. Okay. So... So anyways, we were talking about, and he was saying that, Travis was saying that, yeah, if you prove that they have audio where they're actually listening to the, intricate defense strategy, that's a oh crap moment. That's an oh crap moment. So Travis is saying that this is an interesting development, obviously, but it's something that has to be looked into. It's not, on its surface, it's not like... certain things need to be fleshed out, and that's what it comes down to. And he's saying just video alone probably is not gonna carry too much weight, but if you got that video with some audio, oh, now you're talking. Now you got something. So that's the way Travis was explaining it. If the state had a select few to literally conspire to put Stephen Avery away from murder of TH, regardless of who really killed her, most def there was audio on that footage. I can say for sure they will just mute whatever audio exists and turn it over as the original. You may be right. He basically said he never saw a camera. See, and I think I get why Jerry was saying that, because Jerry, number one, walked into that room and didn't see a camera. Which tells me Jerry went into that room looking for a camera, right? Now, Travis explains that it's not uncommon, and he's stepped into many rooms like that where there was only video himself. But Jerry points out that he didn't see a camera, and I think the reason why that's interesting is because if Jerry didn't see a camera, which is usually pretty obvious, because they usually try to make it obvious in a room like that so that people all know this is being recorded. Like, nobody can go back later and try to claim that they didn't know because there was this big obvious camera in the room that makes it impossible for somebody to try to claim that, right? Jerry comments that he didn't see a camera. Well, if he didn't see a camera, then who knows what else could have been there that he didn't see. And I think that's why Jerry's bringing that up. Once again, this would all have to get corroborated somehow with some kind of evidence to back it up, right? It's not enough to just throw the spaghetti at the wall, So there has to be evidence to back this stuff up. Pete Bates said during an interview that one of the jail guards told him all the attorney-client meetings were being audio recorded. There you go. Well, as I said, Travis and I are currently working on finishing our video, or getting ready for our video about the comprehensive look at the motion, Stephen Avery's appeal. So once we're done with that, we can go ahead and look a little bit deeper into this. Maybe a little help from Pom Pom and Sam William Henry 582 or Jamie Hardage. You see him here in the chat. Maybe we'll get Discord running that and seeing what we can dig up regarding that. With video, you can see Avery's body language and his reaction to stuff. That has to go under attorney-client privilege. Well, as long as they can't hear the words, though, they can't hear the unique, intricacies of the defense strategy. Watching a video with no audio, I'll tend to agree with you. I guess is what I'm saying. Lawrence. I would tend to agree with you, but then the courts don't reason that way. The courts are reasoning that anything that you would see in the video should be part of discovery and handed over anyway, so there should be no conflict in that sense. It's only if they can hear the intricate strategies of the defense as they're discussing them, and then that would be a severe violation. Travis says we need to look at their attorney report. So so Travis, we'll see if we can take a look at things. We'll see if the wrecking crew can dig up some stuff and okay, fine, lip reading. So, okay, fair enough, Jamie. I guess let me take a stab at this. What Travis would say. Now you got to go out and prove that they had like a lip reading expert on the payroll, or you have to have some kind of link that there was somebody who was an expert at reading lips, or you have to have some proof that one of the officers there at that department is very, very capable of reading lips. You have to have something like that. You see, that's what you would. That's the added wrinkle, every time. So yeah, if somebody could read lips, well, now you got to prove that there was somebody capable of doing that present. Right? So that's the difficulty there. Yeah. I don't know if the video quality is. Maybe. I'd have to see the originals to know, really. Well, some people can develop that. And so, for instance, if Linda Kay was a law enforcement officer in Calumet County, basically, or whatever, then maybe we could make the argument that they used Linda Kay to watch those recordings and get an inside track. And even then, the court is still going to be looking at it pretty incredulously. They're gonna feel it's thin. You know what I mean? So just there you go. Flesh that scenario out, right? Or if they record a jail call between an inmate and his lawyer, that's a huge violation. Linda says she can read lips because her father spent 6 months without a voice. Yeah. Can we get the dude that does the NFL lip reading on YouTube? That's why the clapper boards are for speed marker clack action, so they can see the spike in the audio waveform to sync up with the moment the clack board. Okay. What am I saying now, Linda? Not necessarily because it was recorded. Could be taken to somewhere later. If all of the overwhelming evidence isn't enough to get Stephen out, I don't see how this will make much difference. Meaning the audio source was separate from the video camera. Oh, okay. Most likely was. It's like I said, most like, especially back in 2006, most like sneaky cams, as they call them, ones that are so small that you can actually hide them, those kind of cameras usually didn't have microphones on them, and if they did, they usually weren't very good. So they would generally, I would think, would have had another microphone in the room. And like I said, once Jerry realized that he didn't see a camera, then what else didn't he see is basically what he's kind of getting at. I did a video yesterday. I linked a Reddit post, Crazy Life, in the video I did yesterday. So if you want to go, that Reddit post kind of gets you the gist of the situation. Kratz, with his history, for sure owned like 6 of them. KK posted a video on YouTube showing a video of Buting and Steven in a room talking, and they didn't know they were being recorded. So yeah, that's it. And then what the huge thing is now is to find out is was there audio to go along with it. If it can be proved there was audio to go along with it, then this could work big time in Steven's favor. Exactly, Tommy. That's exactly right. That's why Jerry is used to walking into those rooms, and he's used to seeing the camera. He's used to seeing it. That's why I think that's why it sticks out in his memory, and that's why he tweeted almost immediately, because it probably stuck out in his memory that he walked into that room and didn't see one. And now that he's finding out there was one there, he's wondering what else was there. Right? So that's kind of what I see as the implications of what Jerry's saying. I don't know why Kratz released the footage. He wants to make certain points, and sometimes he gets so overzealous making one point he oversteps and kind of screws himself on another front. He does it kind of consistently. So I encourage him to keep talking, but I just saw something about him saying this is my last video. So I think he's done with his little series of videos. His book comes out tomorrow, so he's done promoting at this point. He dug himself in deep enough with showing that footage, because he's been very quiet ever since, apparently. I think I'll have my son check the video out. He definitely reads lips well. At that time, and in this case, I don't think Jerry would trust having a camera in the room, right? He is trying to sell books. It's funny. I've been seeing some funny memes on Twitter where people were saying, waiting for it to go to the clearance rack, and then they show the dumpsters out back behind, Barnes and Noble or whatever, with a bunch of Kratz books sticking out of the dumpsters, and then there's like a little guy grabbing one going, yeah, that's the right price, and walking out of the way. And so it's pretty funny. So it's like I said, we have to look into it more. There has to be more, more things have to be fleshed out, right? We need to make sure, because as I was telling you, Travis said, it's going to hinge on audio. So that's going to be the real big deal, is if there was audio. I know everybody's on about the lip reading, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But it's like I said, even if we took Linda Kay and we stuck her, where she worked for Calumet County Sheriff's Department in 2006, okay? Even if we had that, then we could, as the defense, make the argument that, well, they had Linda Kay there. She knows how to read lips. She's very good at it. I've seen her do it, right? Or I have a witness who's seen her do it on many occasions, right? Or something. Then you can link. Even if you do all that, it's still going to go to court, and the judge is still going to feel like it's thin. It's still going to be thin, right? So. The footage is, it's, if you search for it on YouTube, you'll generally find it. It's the one where he's in the white room. There's so many. If you type in Stephen Avery interrogation, a lot of things will come up. My name is Linda Kay, and I'm 60% deaf and an excellent lip reader. True story. Okay, and it's funny because Linda Kay listening is here, and also, and she says she can read lips as well. I personally can't, and I think a large portion of the population can't. So, like I said, a court is going to require that you, number one, it's just like you meeting the prongs for any other kind of legal test or legal motion or whatever, right? You're going to most likely have to be able to prove there was somebody who was proficient at reading lips at Calumet County Sheriff's Department that day in 2006, or those days in 2006 when Stephen was having meetings with his attorneys. All right? You have to be able to make that claim, and you have to be able to have proof that it number one, that they were proficient in reading lips, and number two, that they were there on those dates. And even then, they're going to want you to prove, they're going to want probably something to suggest why that person would have done so, or why that person would have wanted to do this thing, right? There's probably going to be some requirements like that, right? And even if you get past all that, I feel like it would get in front of the judge and everything, and that they would feel it was weak, that they would feel it was thin. And for right or wrong, I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying from what I can tell, watching this justice system, watching what I've been watching happen here, I don't think there'll be any favorable treatment. I think, I don't know. I just. So does it pretty well. He lost his hearing at age 13. Talk to him, he's reading your lips. I had a friend also growing up who was pretty much, I think, almost completely deaf. I think he was able to hear a tiny bit, but almost completely deaf. And that's how he used to talk to us. We would have to look at him because he would need to read our lips while we were talking to him. So I know there's people out there like that, but as I was saying, it's not 90% of the population. That's all I'm saying. It's what I mean. A judge isn't just going to say, oh, a lip reader could have done it. Oh, that's it. Overturn the conviction. That's not going to happen, folks. I'm sorry, but it isn't going to happen. So that's why I say there would be a lot more to it. You would have to prove every step of the way that it was plausible, that there was somebody there that was capable of doing it, that, that they were there on those specific dates, and, that they would have some reason to want to do so, right? Probably something like that, where you would have to be able to meet all those. And if you do, I still feel like a judge would probably feel it was thin. So, it is 7:28, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off now, folks. Be sure to jump over now to the premiere. We're going to be talking to David Starr, producer of the $50 Million Bullet. It's an upcoming docudrama, which will tell the story of Michael Funk and Eagle Nation Cycles. So please, everybody, help spread the word about this movie. We want as many eyes to see this movie as possible, because we want people to see what went down there, and we want people to start to take some of these issues to heart, and because it is very tragic what happened to Michael Funk, and I really truly feel it could have been avoided by any number of things going differently, but I feel it could have been avoided, and so it's something close to my heart. I hope you guys all will tune in and help me share it in the coming year, and help share it and get it in front of as many people and get as many people excited about it as possible, because I really, really want to get the story of Michael Funk out there. So, all right, everybody, head over to the premiere to talk with David Starr, producer of the $50 Million Bullet. Thank you all for being here. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, and we'll see you.